Hi, this is Bethany with Recherche Kennels, and we are so excited to introduce to you for the very first time Miss Pink of Beulah and Lazarus's litter. Now we are currently calling her Molly. This is a name that we did just start calling her. If you don't like that name and you want to pick something else, we can definitely change that name with training. Now, Molly was born on December 17th, and we know her personality very, very well. Now, Molly is scored on 3 different numbers. She is scored on her dependency, her activity, and her confidence. She is scored a 6 out of 10 for dependency. This does mean that she is slightly dependent. She does absolutely love attention. She loves to cuddle. She loves to sit by your feet. But if you need her to be kenneled or you want a puppy that can occasionally self-entertain, then Molly is capable of doing that. She is also scored a 5 out of 10 for activity. This does mean that she is just very, very slightly active. She's not lazy by any means, but she's also not a hyper puppy. She's very content to just hang out and do whatever you're doing, very middle of the road in that activity score. She scored a 6 out of 10 for confidence. Now, if there's a weakness of Bernese, they can be a little bit soft. Now, she is still confident. She's not afraid of anything new. She may not be the first puppy that goes out and adventures new things, but she's not afraid of anything, and she's doing very, very well in training. Now, Molly has just completed Puppy Academy, and she can go home after completing Canine College. That is training until 16 weeks of age, and she can go home on April 8th. The next training level is training until 20 weeks of age. That is our master's training program, and she can go home on May 6th. Our last training level is our Doggy Doctorate program. That's training until 6 months of age, and she can go home on June 17th. Now, there are 2 things that separate us from all other breeders. The first is the health of our parents. This is one of the healthiest Bernese litters that you will ever encounter. If you scroll down on her page, you will see individual pictures of her parents, Beulah and Lazarus. If you click on those pictures, it will take you to their individual pages. You'll be able to see more photos, videos, as well as all of their health clearances. Now, Molly is the largest girl in her litter. We do expect her to mature somewhere between the 85 and 95 pound range, as Beulah is 86 pounds and Lazarus is 103 pounds at our largest Bernese male. Now, the second thing that separates us from all other breeders is our Puppy Training Institute. So now we are going to show you Molly in training, as well as summarize our Puppy Training Institute for you.
Our Puppy Training Institute has 4 core areas. There's a couple areas that are very visible that we're going to show you on camera with the puppy that's for sale. Some of the areas are a little bit more difficult, but the one area that's very visible to show is outside training, and the big part of that is leash training. Puppies love the pull, love the tug, love the cut in front of you, and so we train them to walk on our left side. We train them that when we stop walking, they do what's called an auto sit. That's where they automatically sit without being told, without having any hand signals. They automatically sit. That it builds respect and focus on you. A couple other areas in outside training, it's a little bit harder to show, is car training, and then also swim training when the weather's warmer. The second area that's very visible is obedience training. All of our trainers are certified dog trainers that's been training dogs for years. They know what they're doing. They're all certified. They all can do Canine Good Citizen. They're all very good trainers, and we work on the obedience commands of sit, down, stay, come, place, kennel, and they are trained extensively in all these areas. Now, we have 3 different communication tools we use with the puppies. We use hand signals, we use words, and then we use the training lead that we will provide you. And so as they get older, they get better and better. They can hold their stay longer, they can hold their place longer, they can hold their kennel longer. They can do it with both hand signals and words only, and so they get better and better. The place is when they jump up on the Cot. You will definitely want to buy a Cot because that allows the transition for our training to go to you. It's a wonderful command. When we say kennel, they go into their kennel on their own volition. We typically keep the door open, especially as they get older, and we train them. They cannot leave the kennel or really any other door until they are released. The 2 other areas that's a little bit more difficult that we're going to show you just generic dogs going through this. The one area is house training. We actually spend more time in house training than all the other areas combined. That's about 2/3 of the training, and this is where we work on the most important area of potty training. Of course, we're training them not to use the restroom inside and the signal eventually to go outside. A puppy at 12 weeks of age can typically hold the restroom about 1 hour during the day, whereas a puppy at 6 months can do 4 hours. The same thing is with crate training. We train them to sleep at night in their crate, eat in their crate, and a 12-week-old can typically sleep around 4 to 5 hours without having to be let out, and a 6-month-old, it's 6 to 10 hours. So obviously the longer they're in training, the longer they can be crate trained. We also, though, while they're in house training, we train them not to jump up on us, not to chew things in the house, not to bite our hands. It's very extensive. And then the last area is socialization training. Many people worry about getting a trained or older puppy is that they won't bond. Well, because of our socialization program, our puppies bond very quickly. In fact, we've never had a client complain about that. And so in our socialization, we're training them not to be afraid of thunderstorms. We're training them not to be afraid of the hair dryer, of the blow dryer, of a vacuum cleaner. We have a TV in our puppy training area, in our house training area, where we're socializing them. They go on field trips when they get older. We work extensively on them being handled. We have 20 plus people that work for us, so these puppies are handled by multiple people and they're socialized extensively. That is our Puppy Training Institute.
Now, if you're interested in Molly, scroll all the way down. At the bottom of the page, you will see individual pictures that we took of her today. Directly above those pictures, you will see her pricing. Now, we are going to show you an example of pricing in this video. This is not her pricing. You do want to make sure that you go to her page to see the individual pricing for her. Now, directly below this video, you will see a link that says Puppy Application. Click on that link, go ahead and fill out that application and send that in to us. Someone will be in contact with you within 24 hours. If you don't hear from someone, please reach out, as we may not have received that puppy application. Now, we thank you so much for taking the time to see Miss Pink Molly of Beulah and Lazarus's litter. Thank you so much, and God bless.